hear me? I have been down here for an hour. I had everything set up. Everything was perfect. I had so many things to show you guys. And it just stopped working. It was so strange. I was like, how is this even possible that I've had this working all night long, and then I get on and it just kept shutting down, and I thought, why does this keep glitching on me? It's as if it was like somebody was cutting me off. So I was like, it's gotta work. So I had so many cool surprises for you guys, and I worked a long time on it, and then boom, none of it worked. I mean, it was the coolest thing. I'll just have to do it again. I'm just going to have to set it up for you. So I am Dr. Rebecca Foster. I am a clairvoyant medium. So for those of you who are new here tonight, I am going to spend some time, and I am going to go through and read, and hopefully, okay, so Lalanya and Kim are my helpers in the chat room. And so I would appreciate no messages, because on an iPhone, you cannot mute the phone. You just can't. So when I'm reading and then they're like, chat, 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 it distracts me. So if you need to send me something urgent, then by all means send me a message. But otherwise, it just is very distracting. So sorry to make you guys wait. Believe me, I have been down here long before y'all got on. And I was like, woohoo, whoop, whoop, we're going to get started on time tonight. And then no, it glitched over and over. And I thought, what am I going to do? But everything happens for a reason, right? Okay. So, let's get started. Hey, Toey, yeah, you are no longer banned for whatever reason. You were blocked. I went through and I'm like, why is Toey blocked? So, all right. So, what I'm going to do is, again, I'm just going to pay attention to the chat room, and then actually, if you're new, make sure you let me know you're new, and if you've got something that you really need that's urgent that you want me to focus on, just, put it in the chat room, and Lalanya and Kim are both here. They'll let me know, and they'll get a hold of me. They'll message me and let me know that, hey, you got to read this person for shizzle. All right. Just making sure that this is muted, and we shall get started. Okay, so for people who haven't been here, I basically my information comes from God, from spirit guides, and from people who have passed over. And I basically just repeat everything that I am shown. It comes through symbolically, and then I'll explain first what I'm being shown, and then I'll explain what it means. And so I had one dude the other night going, why do you have to do it symbolically? Why can't you just tell us what they're saying? Well, that's because symbols are that much better. I get a much deeper reading. I'm able to understand the feeling that goes with it. I can get so much more from a picture, and that I am like submersed in, rather than just a sentence, which could just come across anyway. It's like an email or something. So let's get us started. All right. And do not think I'm avoiding you. If you're here and I pass over your name, it's just that I'm not getting something for you right now. And we're going to go from there. So yes, I do apologize for being late. I really didn't mean to be. I meant to be here way before y'all, because I said I had this really awesome thing to show you. I'm not going to tell you. Okay. So a lot of familiar faces here. And I'm excited. There's so many people here. All right, so we've got a James Hayes. He's first time here. So all right. Thank you, Jay Brain. That it looks great and sounds fantastic. I do appreciate that. All right. Hi, Carly. How are you? All right. So, James Hayes. Hiroki, hi. How are you? I know in Japan it's like tomorrow morning, right? So it's Saturday morning for you, Hiroki. Um, okay. James Hayes. So, um, first time here. So basically, I'll explain this too. When I first look for things, my guides have taught me to read people on a beach. So everybody has a beach. It's different for everybody pertaining to their life. And for you, James, well, back up. The beach represents safety, security, and grounding. So a person would be feeling, well, I'll get to that when it applies. The water represents issues, problems, things that people feel are coming at them, but it can also represent opportunity. And so for you, James, you are on your beach, and forgive me too, because the camera is really your eyes. I'm normally like a strong handshake, eye contact kind of person. However, when I'm reading people, I am looking at like a veil or through a different scene. So you are on your beach, James, and you have your back to me. I'm behind you. Water is to your right-hand side. You are wearing jeans, some kind of t-shirt. It's a moot point. You have a boot on your right foot. Your left foot is bare. You're talking to someone. There's definitely a male energy around, almost kind of behind me right now. And so what what this is first off is saying is the fact that you've got your right side to the water, you're really not paying attention to the water. You're more or less focused on the ground in front of you, the water coming in. You're not exactly letting the water touch you, so there's no problems really that you're worried about. This looks more reflective, and it looks more like you are carrying a burden of, I don't want to call it so much guilt as it might be just a burden of, what's the word? I don't want to say being left out either, but a feeling that something has transpired, and it seems to be around this male energy, that something has transpired, and you're carrying this burden like, why not me? Or was there something else that I could have done? Or it's almost as if you're carrying a burden that is not yours to carry. It doesn't have your signature on it, and so you shouldn't be carrying it. And you've got this boot on your right foot facing the water. So this, when you've got any kind of shoes on your feet, it represents being the feeling of being held back, or the feeling of being restrained to move forward. And so that side being your spontaneous side, the side of you that just is carefree, risky. It's restrained right now. You're focusing more on the critical thinking aspect of things, and you're thinking more about the logical thought process of stuff. And I don't know why I'm hearing somebody, and I'll move on, but I'm hearing this gentleman that's there with you say something like the second power. It almost makes me feel like there's another James, or that he's a James, or that there's another J. So like J to the second power, or double J. Something along the line of like J to the, he wants me to say, he's wanting me to imply like two J's or double J's. So a brother or somebody that you would consider that relationship. And you know, it's funny because you're your first time here, and I'm not thinking that you are a person who, with the way that your guides are coming through, you're not somebody who does this very often, and you're really looking for anything that's going to present to pull you out of this funk and out of this hole. And I think that's what your guides are letting you know, that they're dropping you a ladder to be able to climb out. You just have to reach for it from them. All right, let's take a peek here. Do I look blotchy? Crystal, I'm coming to Kansas City! Whoop whoop! Pew! All right, let's see here. I'm coming to Kansas City. So Lots of guys. I'm glad there's a lot of men here. Seth, I don't think I've ever read for a Seth. Okay. All right. Seth, let's see what's happening with you. Okay, Seth, you are... You know that scene in Poltergeist? The first one? The original one? When they're in that rainstorm in the pool, and the pool isn't finished yet. It's just a huge mudslide, and all the bodies are coming up, and they're trying to get out, and it's gloopy, and they're falling back down into the pool. That's kind of what you're doing right now. You've got something like you're holding something in your mouth. You've got no shirt on. You've got your pants on, your boots. It's mucky, and you've got something like a backpack or something strapped to your back. It looks like people that you're carrying on your back, and you're climbing up this mud hill. That's what it looks like. That's the trouble, that you lose your grip, that you're trying to climb up this slippery slope, and on top of it, you're carrying people with you. So, first off, you need to stop thinking that everything is about you this lifetime. Totally stop taking everything personally, because it's not. And when I see your energy, I see big teddy bear, I see huge dude, I see somebody that could walk into a room and like put Jason and Michael Myers to shame. I see big dude. And so you have been given this presentation as strong and powerful, yet you have this teddy bear energy around you. And it's not about you in the way that they're saying you're carrying people out of, like, you're struggling, you are working your butt off to get a bunch of people, and sounds like a kid on your back too. You're working to get these people out of this muck and mire, and you're struggling, but you're not giving up. So this lifetime is not about you. I would look at this and think, this guy didn't want to come back down this time. You must be an older soul, and so this lifetime would not so much be set in stone for you from the beginning. It would be more of a just like a go here, go. You would bounce and go where you're needed, and really never feel like you belonged just anywhere. And with that too, it feels almost as if, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you would have gotten into, let's say, a family business or followed a family route. So whatever grandpa did or dad did, it's like you would have followed something along that line. And it looks like trying to, not so much, it's not for you. It's not pride, right? It's not pride for you. It's pride in someone else, or lifting someone else up to believe that they could instill that in someone. It's very cool. So it's not about you this time. It's you're here to help a lot of other people out of the muck and mire. And so when you're wondering why the crap is all around you and hitting the fan, it's not so much because it's there to punish you. It's that you will sit up and take notice and think, okay, I'm not going to ask why. I'm going to ask, what am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to make of the situation, and who am I supposed to help? So watch for your symbols, like your signs, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. Those kind of things. Feathers, pennies, dimes. So it's really cool. Very, very cool. And that's awesome. Brian L., hello. How are you? Janice, hello, guys. Mickey, I hope you are doing good, girl. I know you're going to try to make it to Kansas City, and I hope that everything is on the up and up so that you can make it. Put up a little word for you there. You're welcome, Seth. You're welcome. So don't forget when you're like, I can't take anymore. I can't take anymore. What are you trying to do to me? And then all of a sudden you get like Attila the Hun strapped to your back. Now carry him up the hill. You're like, oh, fine. It's just the way it's supposed to be. You'll figure it out later. Hello, Janice. Okay, so let me go to the top here really quick. There was a name I had never seen. Hello, everyone from BRR too, from Beyond Reality. Super excited. So, Hiroki, I'm gonna tell you this. So, what is? First off, I see you kind of on your beach, kind of. And what this means is you're on your beach, but you're more above it. And when you move, you kind of float a little bit to the edge of the water. You don't go very far out into the water, and then you kind of float back. This represents high spirit energy. You're barefoot, and you're in a very loose outfit, almost as if that would be like, see, the looser the outfit, the more spiritual, the less personal restraint. And they're saying that you would have grown up feeling very self-conscious or constantly hyper-aware of what you're doing, how you're doing it. And now you've evolved to become, I don't want to say carefree or careless, but more to the fact where it's you've accepted so many things about yourself, and this outfit really is just a hole for your head and then this thing that hangs over you. That represents spiritual giving up spiritually, basically just saying, okay, here I am, take me, do what you will with me. I feel that there's this aspect of teaching or mentorship around you as well, and that people would be coming to you, because when I see you, above your head are numbers and figures, and oh my gosh, I am like lucky to be able to do math in this day and age. My dogs are talking, if you can hear them. Hear her? She must be trying to take a toy from Lucian. So, numbers and parentheses and these weird sub numbers, and they're crazy. And you're making complete sense of this. So what this also tells me is that there's some form of messages that you also receive, because I'm looking at this going, okay, I don't understand what I'm seeing because it looks mathematical. It just looks a different symbolism. And so with this above your head, I'm looking at you, and the way you're floating, it represents a bit of enlightenment, awakening, and acceptance of being able to take all of this information you're getting and then interpret it and pass it on to people. And so this is really cool in the way that you're also fearless in how you move over the water and then you come back. Like, you're showing people you can do this and you can get involved without getting hurt. So you're instructing and mentoring people, which is really cool. But then you've also got this bit of the gift. Like, I don't know what kind of gift it would be. So maybe clairvoyance, or the ability to, I hate the word psychic. I just hate it because, you know, the 900 numbers. But there is this sixth sense thing that I'm picking up around you. And it's so weird because I don't even want to call it a sixth sense for you either. I almost call it, I don't even know what to call it. It's just different. It's different. Maybe you have a different word for it in Japanese. But it's definitely different. It feels like a multitude of spirit. A conglomeration of spirit, not just one, but several. It's interesting. It's very cool. I almost spilled my water on my pooter. Okay. All right. Any messages about health of a loved one really struggling? Jamie Kocheski? Kocheski, correct me if I'm wrong. I hate mispronouncing people's names. Jamie. The health of a loved one. Now, Jamie, when I pick up other people around someone else, like for what I'm trying to do with you, it's, I have to locate your energy, and then I have to get your thoughts on that person, and then find that person. And when I when I do that, I almost feel right here, my throat. I'm not sure if this person is going through surgery or if there's something, but I feel like I don't know if they've been intubated. I just feel like right here, right at my vocal box, where this is where they would, I think, surgically go in to help you breathe. So it could very well symbolize surgery or going under the knife, going under for surgery. And everything feels like from my neck up. So this would be something with the head region, throat up. And if it is something that affects the entire body, then we're talking nervous system and how our body is controlled spinal with our spinal cord. I'm waiting for them to, because I don't ask questions. When you ask questions, you open the door for anything to answer. And that's why I'm not asking questions. I'm waiting for them to give me anything about this. And I'm not receiving any yay or nay. I'm just feeling like I'm supposed to say everything's going to be okay. And when they say that, that means regardless of anything, it is a position of complete faith. And being okay with everything's going to be okay. I don't know if that makes sense. It takes a little bit of trust and faith that you can do it. Okay. Craig Scoggins. Craig Scoggins. Alyssa, I would love a glass of wine, but you know what? I need to fit in some clothes. I just can't fit into some clothes. So I am, I'm not drinking any wine tonight. I have got agua. And I was going to put it into a wine glass, but I didn't want anybody to think I was a wino if I put my water in my wine glass. Okay, so hello Angela Givens. I see Lisa Mann. I will get to Lisa Mann. I'm gonna grab. You're welcome, Hiroki. I call you Hiro. Is that okay if I call you Hiro? Where was I? I was just here with Craig. Where is he? Craig Scoggins. Okay. All right. So Craig, the fun part about what I do is I can pick people up and put them down wherever I want. I just pick you up and drop you. And when I pick you up, when I pick a person up, the way that they let me pick them up or not let me pick them up tells me a lot about their situation and what they're going through. And Craig, when I pick you up, you are basically just like put me wherever. Just drop me wherever you just are limp. And that means that you are currently, not just what you're saying here, like life has thrown you a few energies in the last year. You're to a point where I would think desert, crawling on your hands and knees, begging for an oasis, begging for any form of water to be obtained, anything to quench your thirst. If that didn't just tell you a lot, you have to wake up to the fact that somebody upstairs is trying to get your attention. And the fact that you have been put through, desert's one of the hottest places you can go, especially if you don't have any water and you're walking, you're just dazed and confused. And you can only do that so long until you're crawling, and then you are pretty much shriveling up and dying. And so when we go through the desert, when we go through a situation or situations that put us into that predicament, it's our ego that I'm going to get through this. I'm going to do this on my own because I'm awesome. And we do this. We all do it. I have done it. But when you get to the point when you're like, holy crap, I cannot do this. I'm never going to get out of this alive. It's when you realize there's nowhere else to go but up. There's nowhere else to go but up. And that's when you look up and you're like, okay, fine, I give up. White flag, I'm whatever. And this is when God is allowed to then, because your free will, you're basically saying, I don't care. You're removing your free will from the scenario and you're saying, take it. Do what you're going to do with me. And so he then has the ability to pick you up, and then he picks you up into his hand, and he goes like this, and he goes like this, and he breathes life back into you, and he, like a diamond, like that dirt and that coal, and he takes you, and he breathes life back into you, and then he forms that into a diamond exactly the way he needs you to be here on earth. And so, not only you, Craig, but anybody who is listening, because we're not all different. It's crazy. I've been doing this for 32 years, and people will have totally different situations, lives, skin color, religions, whatever. And they'll be going through, like, they're all in the same church, like waving at each other. Same train, all like different pew. And so this isn't just for you, Craig. I think there's more people that need to hear your story. But that's where you're at. You're at a place now where you're either like gonna completely expire in the desert, or you're gonna look up and say, okay, fine, whatever, here I go, just do what you're gonna do with me. And because when I picked you up, that's what you look like you have nothing left. I've been there, I know what it feels like, and you question everything. So this is where he strengthens you. Diamonds are the strongest thing in the earth, right? They can cut anything. Boop. That's what he's going to do to you. And then he's going to breathe life back into you and strengthen you, and you'll never go through what you've been through again. I don't care what it was. You will learn everything that you were supposed to in this past year, and it will change it. But I am just the messenger tonight. That's all I am, and that is why I do what I do, because he wants you to talk to him, and so you need to. You need to find him and talk to him, because he doesn't move. We do. But it's really cool that you are where you are. Doug, sapphires are not stronger than a diamond. Okay, who's going to say that's correct? Is anybody going to tell me that's correct? Tell Doug you're wrong. I think you've been working too many hours. Craig, you're welcome. Don't give up. You're just at the end of this portion of the journey. That's it. And we've all, well, at least I've been there. I can't say we've all been there. Now, Lisa, man, for you, you need to, oh my goodness sakes, this really is a conundrum. Okay, Lisa, before I get to this, oh my God, I should have tied my hair back. Okay, December, January, February. This year, and I'm going to blast this out right now, this year is a year where you are going to manifest. This is not just for you, Lisa. This is for everyone. You are going to manifest what you believe you deserve. If you go into 2019 thinking you deserve a complete manure pile at your door every day, that is what you are going to get. If you believe that you deserve more, that you deserve what your heart's desiring, that you deserve to see that picture and obtain it, you're going to manifest those things in your life this year. December, January, and trickling into February is a time of cutting off. You will find, I guarantee everybody watching this video right now can say that they've lost something since December. A relationship, a job, a person, maybe someone has passed away, maybe they're getting a divorce, maybe you're moving, but something has ended that is negative in your life. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. And it probably wasn't to your choice or liking either. Because we, even me, I cannot read me because all of my wishes and hopeful wishes and thinking are all mingled in there. And so I can never really, I don't even try to read myself. I just trust. I just trust it completely, whatever it is. And so when negative things are happening, it's not that it's like smacking you down or beating you up. It's right now you are getting rid of the old and you are shedding the old skin. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know if there was somebody I messaged earlier here. I don't even remember where it was. Trees die every fall. Like, they seal up, they prepare and hibernate for the winter, they lose all of their leaves. And by the end of August, you can see a foot or 2 feet on some trees where the leaves and the branches have grown and expanded. And so things die. They hibernate and then they lose and then they come back. Snakes, they shed their skin, they get bigger. Snails, like everything. You molt. Birds, things molt. They change. There's toxicity and negativity and waste. And so you have to, Lisa, where you are concerned, you have got to, right, we deserve money, right, Doug? Right? Deserve 10 million? I want at least just 1% of that will be fine with me because I don't need much. Lisa, you have to stop thinking that you deserve things to be a certain way. And see, I think it's because it's a cycle right now for you to break old habits. Now, habits are not easy to break. Habits can create, when we get into the swing of something, it takes 21 days doing something every day for 21 days to create a habit. And then it can create pain. A habit can be drugs, alcohol, a person, a relationship, just a behavior. Those can become habits. And when all of a sudden you're asked to change it, it can be painful. And so this is what's going on with you, Lisa, is you're breaking not only behavioral habits, but relationship habits. And so this can cause turmoil. Walking away from things that you're used to and then praying to God that it's going to be okay and that everything's going to work out. If you're being shown a doorway to leave, you know that you should walk through the doorway, you absolutely need to do it. And that goes for everybody. Right? Exactly. Okay. So for you, Lisa, now that I've explained all of that, you're being told that you need to walk on your own tracks, or you need to ride on your own tracks. And what that means is constantly doing for someone else all of the time. You get into a pattern of someone else first. And you might be like second, third, or fourth down the line when you actually take consideration for yourself. And what they're saying is that it is now time for you to get on your own tracks. And as I did that, I moved you into a cart on your own tracks. You're like, holy crap, where am I going? I don't even know where to go. It's like you almost started hyperventilating on me here. But wow, these tracks go on forever. Like, it's beautiful how far they go. And these green pastures, it's just gorgeous. Don't be afraid of what's being set in front of you right now. And don't think that you can't achieve what is being presented to you either. Hopefully when you walk through certain doors, they slam behind you and you're never given the option to turn around and go back again. You also have little souls to take care of too, that you cannot, you can't ignore. It's time for you to focus on you and them. And laughing. Holy crap, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh, girl. get rid of all the toxic people and situations. Even go through a bit of a transition of, if you find yourself, I think that might be part of it, is when we're alone, we recognize things about ourselves we don't like. One of them might be that you just have a negative outlook on certain things, and it may be because you've been let down too many times. So when you start thinking something or saying something negative, stop and think, okay, I am thankful because I can see, hear, breathe, go to the bathroom on my own, I can eat on my own, I can drive, I can pay bills, or whatever you're thankful for. Rattle off 5 in a row. Because when you are thankful, those darker things, they run. They run because they can't, they just can't play in your sandbox if you are thankful. They take off. Lisa, wait, what did you say, Lalanya? I think it's amazing that you can get a message from someone else's message. From what? What message? Did I miss something? Okay, it's all good. It's all good. So let's see who else is here new. Suez Tarot. Hi. Hello. Suze? Is it Suze? Not Suez. Suze? Okay. Oh, very cool, Lala. You know what? I love that too, because that's part of what I do. Is I think over the years, reading in so many galleries, I know the cue to say certain things to certain people are going to affect more. That's why I sometimes will say this isn't just for you, it's for everyone, because it is a message directed at that individual, but everyone needs to hear it. And so I think that's, and a lot of times something will come through and it's because somebody else doesn't want to be called out, or they're going through something and they don't want someone else to know they're going through it. And so that's what's really cool. All right. So Sue's Tarot, let's take a peek here. Sue's Tarot. Let me see where you are. Interesting. I'm going to move you really quickly. I'm going to actually pick you up and put you down on your earthly your earthly path. You've got several voices coming through, both male and female. And it almost sounds in harmony, but it also, it's like I can hear them asking questions, but then I hear whispering or mumbling behind it. And one of the things is saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then I hear the mumbling. This, it makes me feel like you have things around you, probably in your home, not to freak you out, but you are attracting them, and then it sounds like you are attracting energies, and then you're not sure what to do with them, or you're not sure that they're there. You need to close a door, they said. You need to close a door that you've opened. You have a son who sees things, doesn't sleep well, maybe night terrors. And I wouldn't call them night terrors. I would say he's probably hearing things and seeing things and waking up and he's afraid. And then you have an older woman who's around you as well. She's in a nightgown, she's barefoot. So you've got something happening around you that I'm not sure you know how to deal with the way that they're saying that you're opening doors, you're opening portals. And that, I can tell you right now that unless you hone this ability, it can be dangerous because you will let things in that will get to you through your children or through the people around you. And so I would listen to these energies that are saying close doors, close the doors. Say a few prayers, close the doors, take a break, realign, cleanse, and hone. And do it with God. And only do it with God. It's very interesting. It's your daughter who's waking up. Let me get down here. So it's your daughter. Okay. She's obviously got a gift. Probably caught it from you. I say caught. Well, you know what I mean. She got it from you. Hone it. You sharpen it so then you can teach her not to be afraid. It's very important. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, Suze, if that's what you are doing, make sure you're doing it only with God. And make sure that He's your partner in it. And then you make sure you give Him the credit too. Believe me. That's a story for another time though. Maybe I'll put a video on it. Stick it up there. Okay, so Aqua 212. Alright. Let's take a peek at Aqua. And Suze, good luck honing your gift. It's an awakening for sure. Aqua. So for you, Aqua, the one thing that I am seeing for you is a garden. And I know people here have probably heard me talk about gardens before. But you are in a hat, like a big rimmed hat. You're protecting yourself from elements. You have a satchel across your shoulder and it's full of seeds. And you actually look, I think the way that you look Asian. You may not be in this lifetime, but the what I'm seeing is past life information. It's not this life. But I'm 5'6", you're shorter than I am. And I'm looking at you thinking, 40s maybe? 1940s, the way you're dressed, 1940s. And you're sowing these seeds. Now, on one aspect, when there are planting of seeds, it represents God's planting of strength or extra strength for us that we can pull from, and strength that we can use when we are depleted. But the way that they're showing this to me right now is that it represents past life, and they're bringing it to you for a reason, probably because it'll help explain something this time around. But it relates to food and famine and making sure that that around you is sufficient, that everybody is fed, that you're taking care of everybody, that everybody is strengthened with meals and food. And so this represents this time around, the residual of you having that past experience. This time around, you would make sure that people are taken care of. You'd be a caregiver. You would be worried about making sure people are eating and eating well. You may either really, really love food and find that your weight fluctuates. And you may also be just, I'm good, and you're very careful about keeping your weight at a certain limit or a certain point. This, again, is showing up residually, maybe, well, I don't even want to say maybe. Past life information will come up to help a person to get through something that they're going through now. And for this to come up now means that your life right now is aligning somehow with this previous life. And I'm looking, going, gosh, are you a male or a female? And I guess it doesn't matter, because that's sometimes the details like that do. But it doesn't matter at this point. They just want me to understand the time frame that you are feeding people. And I'm thinking the way that you're sewing those, it almost looks, I'm thinking either Taiwan or Vietnam. And you're elderly as well, but you are struggling to eat and struggling to feed people. And so this time around, this would be something that would be maybe that at this point you are trying to figure out where to go with your career or what to do with your life, which direction, and it may help push you or give you the information. This is where you should be going as far as caregiving and making sure that people are fed and taken care of. It's really cool. Let me see this. Yeah, well, Aqua, what's interesting is if you have ever considered anything in Asia, any kind of life, if you've ever been drawn to or afraid of, interested in, we've all got a lot of lives behind us, some more than others. And you really, when it comes to past lives, the fun thing is when you're, what the times and the experiences and history that you're most drawn to, the good ones, it's funny because you might think of a time frame and be like, oh, that would be so neat or so cool. And when you daydream about them or you have these romanticized thoughts about something, it's probably because it was a really good lifetime. It's when something freaks you out or scares you, you probably died badly. I mean, for one of my biggest fears in this lifetime, and it's not, nor some wood, knock on something, it's not going to happen hopefully this time around. But I am almost guaranteed that I had a previous life, and I maybe did what I do now. Maybe that's why I was kind of reluctant to do it this time. But in some kind of a mental hospital, because mental hospitals, I always was afraid I'd be locked up, thought I was crazy, and people joke around like, oh, she's crazy. And people who know me, they just know me as that I'm crazy. And it's funny, it's like for them it's a funny joke. It's really not, because I'm really not crazy, but that's just something that people kind of throw out there when they get to know someone. And straitjackets, mental hospitals, freak me out. I used to be I'm still a phlebotomist, but I used to go and draw at a hospital for mentally ill patients, and I seriously would hold, I didn't even breathe fully when I'd go in. I'd be like, I was shallow breathing, and if I could, I'd be up against a wall and just scooting down just terrified, just freaked me out. Maybe because I'm reading them and all the thoughts are gibberish and just terrifying. And Ashmore Estates, I go there and I love that place, but there are still a few energies there that have the human mind still. They haven't released to the spirit. They're still stuck there in the human form that they were in. And so they have those crazy thoughts, and it just freaks me out. Just terrifying. Ugh. Okay. Hey, Deidre, you know what? Next time I might be in like a Picasso. I don't know. I'm not sure. You guys should tell me where I should go next. Because back here, where I am right now, I couldn't tell you. I don't know where I am. But I'm by the water and a big bridge. See that? All right. Allie, interesting. You're drawn to work with people. I'm in Japan. I'm in Tokyo. Whoop, whoop. Excellent. Okay, so, Allie, you're drawn to help people like that. Okay. Lael, you're telling me I should be in Tokyo, Japan. I will look something up for that. If you're drawn to work with people in mental hospitals, it may very well be that this was something that either you did as far as healing and helping others. And this is something you enjoy doing. And it can also be that maybe you were a patient and you really want to make sure that people are well taken care of this time around. I mean, I seriously, electroshock therapy and all that stuff just freaks me out. I can't even watch movies on mental hospitals. I can't even sleep that night. I don't know, Melania, where I am. I don't know. I'm just like, where in the world is Rebecca right now? I don't know. Okay. Let me see here. Deidre, JV is not here. I'm sure he might be at the B-side singing, so you can find him there. All right. I haven't seen him in here. And if he was here, he hasn't said hello. All right. I'm going to do a couple more because I was late. Okay. Pam Royce. Pam. Where are you at? So Pam, the first thing that they take me to is your earthly path. And the earthly path looks like a long hallway with doorways on either side. And the first doorway on my left is money, finance, career, that kind of a room. Financial room. And you have it in there very clean cut, almost like it was poured cement. Everything is very clean, clear cut. And all perfect lines and angles. When I walk in, it's like you have a giant countertop. Or, yeah, a giant receptionist counter. Which is kind of funny because you must feel like a bank. Or you must feel like you're always putting money out. Because what it is showing is when I went, as I'm watching, they're saying you are going to be spending money. You're about to either write a check for something or buy something. That it's a big check, which means you are going to be putting yourself out there somehow for a purchase. Do not continue paying for somebody else's things, though. Is that the right words? Do not continue paying for somebody else for some helping. No, that's not the word. Paying for something else for someone. So it's not so much that you're helping them. It may be even something that's either taken for granted or just laziness on somebody else's part. Stop helping them. Oh, wrong. Not helping. It's not helping. Whatever you're paying for is not helping them. If that makes sense? So maybe laziness or just the desire to have someone else pay for something is not helping them. Stop. Like, no more. Spend money on yourself. Make a purchase that you've wanted to purchase. Make a purchase you've wanted to make for a long time. And then it will figure itself out. You know, it's kind of like going, how did I have the time to do this? When you fit something into your life and you make it work, and how did I do it? I used to smoke. I don't know how I used to pay for it. I don't know how, because I'm like, I don't have that extra cash laying around anymore. I don't know how I used to smoke. I don't know how I paid for it. I quit a long time ago, but I don't know how I paid for it. It's basically they're saying you'll look back and go, how did I do that? Why was I doing this for so long? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Let's move down here. All right. I'm to the bottom. Okay. Is it the Brooklyn? Okay, it is the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay, because I was going to say, I was wondering if this was like New York or something right here. Okay. Hey! Alright. Okay. I'll get one more in here. And who is here? Do you think we have spiritual groups we stay in with in our different lives? Denise Kazi? No. It's not so much a spiritual group that we stay in, because we have so many different lessons to learn. Who is spiritual this time may not be so much in a next life. We have different personas and different things to learn. So the aspect of that life, the way that we perceive things, is going to also reflect what's going on in that life. Now, if you mean like people that are in this life with you now, the most important people in your life now, you've lived with before in previous lives, maybe as different roles, where you'd be mom and daughter instead of daughter and mom, or best friends instead of sisters, and vice versa. But the relationships we have, people will die and then they'll go and wait for the rest of everybody else to catch up, and then once the timing is perfect, they will reset and come back down if that's the case. But I would hope that what you learn in this lifetime is carried down into your next life, so that you don't have to relearn the spiritual aspects of things again. So going from some Dunkopf who has no spirit sense at all, I wouldn't want to do that. I would not want to come down here forgetting everything that I know this time. I would want to come down and live from where I left off spiritually, if that was the question you're asking. And I think anybody would want to do that. Was once you recognize spirit and the impact that spirit, God, the universe, Muhammad, Hanuman, whoever you pray to, they're all the same. I hate to break it to you guys, but they're all the same energies. And what's funny is they all speak the same language. And not to get into religion, but the same people are written up differently in all the different books. So you just have to kind of study religion if you want to. I prefer to be more spiritual, and I recognize a lot of different aspects from a lot of different religions as being true from what I've been taught. And from what I've been taught, and then going and studying religion, I can go, oh my gosh, I was told that. That is so cool that it's actually in a book. And so that's how I prefer to kind of do it backwards. And by experiencing things and seeing the small miracles in your lives, you will learn to recognize spirit as it reflects in your life. So not to get too deep on everybody, but it's a personal journey for everyone. And as long as you are able to grow and to recognize the miracles that happen in your life, that's all that matters, because then you're going to start expressing that to people. You will tell people, oh my gosh, this happened to me. I've been there. And so that hopefully we grow that way. Okay, so you guys, like I said, I had the most awesome presentation for you guys, and it did not work. And it stinks. Yes, Lalanya. No, Toei, you know what? It just took a dump on me. The whole system, it just took a dump. And I thought, oh my gosh, okay. It said this last configuration didn't work. Would you like to start a new one? I'm like, sure. No, it erased everything that I did. And I was like, I can't get it back. Oh no. And so, Stanavi, it's what happens. So I know somebody just put a dislike on my presentation, and I know who it is. So how about you just don't come back again, because nobody wants negative Nelly. Nobody wants a negative Nelly. Oops. And so I think I will, yeah, because I got to get up early in the morning. So I've got so many events going on, and I know, I know who it was. I know, so don't even, no, I know who it was. Y'all don't have to say it wasn't you, because I know who it was. Thank you guys so much. And I have so many things coming up in your areas. I have this whole new thing for galleries coming up that I can't wait to share with everyone. And it's there's just so many blessings happening. And as difficult as some things can be, you always have to think you may not understand why those things are happening until you look in hindsight and go, now I get it. So that's why you always trust, and you always believe, and you always just say, okay, fine, I don't know what the heck you're doing. I'm just going to go drink a glass of wine in the corner and just let you do your thing, because that's one of the best ways to be when things are happening that you don't understand and you want something so badly, but he is saying no, and you just have to trust it. So I will have this fixed and set up for the next time, because I was so excited to show you guys my cool stuff that I worked so hard on. And get onto my website if you guys are interested in coming to a live event. Check out, and then please subscribe to this, and you will get updated on the videos and things that I upload, or if I ever get on, if I ever get on and do a gallery during the daytime again, which would be great. But thank you all so much, and Hiro, you guys, Toei, you guys are so welcome, and I appreciate you all, and I love being here with you guys, because you refresh me too, and I need that flood as well. So thank you very much for being here tonight, guys. And I'm not sure when the next gallery is. It's coming up. There's going to be one, of course, in March, but there's so many things coming up in March. Yes. Yeah, Toei, I don't know why you were blocked. I don't know. I think maybe it was done on accident. Not by me. I don't know. It had to have been like Lala. Just kidding. It wasn't Lala. I know it was probably on accident. All right. You guys have a great night, and I will keep you all posted and let you know when my next gallery is. So many blessings to you, and do not get down, and don't be upset when the day turns to crap. Even like first thing in the morning, just be like, okay, I'm going to breathe. And have a great night, guys. God bless.